Ooh, I see it. I see the stream. It says live, but it still says offline. Oh, I got an ad. No! Subscribe. I have a Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime. Twitch Prime. Yeah. Yeah. Refresh. Refresh. No ad.
Let's go.
Yeah. 5-month anniversary. Share that. Share. There we go. Alrighty.
There we go. We should be all set to go. So, welcome everyone to the Junior League. This is the last of the 4 season previews. Got a ridiculous amount of people signed up, and a lot of news with the new backyard baseball stuff. So I don't know. Have you seen any of the? I don't know. You probably have, but how could you not see
Yeah.
it?
I actually had a friend from work send me it because I've talked about it with him because not him but one of my other coworkers actually played backyard baseball, and he knows that I play it and sent me the John Boy X backyard baseball like post about it, and I was like, oh, okay, backyard baseball.
Yeah, and then all of us are gonna be like, yeah, we were here already. We were just waiting.
Yeah, I'm like yeah, I was doing that for a while. Yeah, but this is about junior league, not we don't care about backyard baseball 2025. All right, this is 99.
This is 2001.
2001. Oh, sorry, football mind. 99 is I play 99 football.
Yeah, that's the football league that you help organize.
Yeah, hopefully a new season I'm gonna do soon. Actually, I said that yesterday, but I'll probably throw out some sign ups soon.
Yeah, NFL season, college football is just around the corner.
Yeah.
Makes sense to start something.
Yeah, I was hoping we could get it going. All right.
But yeah,
Well,
without further ado, let's get into some of these junior league teams. So this is the 3rd season that we've had the junior league. Can't believe it's the 3rd season for this already.
yeah, my second season in the junior league, I believe. I'm in or wait, no, yeah, second season now.
Yeah, because your first season was in season 2, I believe. No,
Ooh,
yes, yeah, yeah,
season
what?
one.
Yeah, it
No,
was.
no, no,
Okay,
season two. I think it might have been season two. Let's look at my thing. This usually helps seeing the roles. I have a season one league player. I think I did play season one. I played because season one was the one where you only had like 5 players or so, if I'm not mistaken.
see, no, that was season 0. We had like 9. We had 10 players.
No, no,
Season
no,
one,
no.
we had
No, 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 no,
12.
not no, the number of players you drafted. Sorry about that.
Oh, that was season 1. Or no, was that season 1?
Probably one. Probably one. I think it was one. I have a season one role. I'm assuming it was one.
Yeah.
I think season two I had Stewart on my team and it was a full 9 team.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That is right. Yeah. Season 1. Yeah, was um the 5 players, but you could uh steal other people's like 4th and 5th round picks if you
Yeah,
weren't playing
we had a
against.
player pool.
Yeah.
Player pool. That
So
was that was interesting.
instead of season 0 where you had five players and you could only take from the undrafteds.
Yeah, and it was really bad. I remember that.
Yeah.
All right, well, who we got leading the league so far? Or are we just gonna start right to left?
Looks like as far as Right now, Navy Cap and Easy are both 2-0 in the
Nice.
backyard division, and in the front end division, KC and Nathan are 3-0. Also, Halo is 2-0, and Bok Choy is 2-1. Wait, someone
Interesting.
beat Bok Choy?
You know what? I thought I saw a game where Bok Choy lost by a lot, and maybe it was Montana Magic. I know Montana Magic. I know destroyed. No, 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 lost to Bok Choy, but Montana Magic did uh score 22 against Tara Stark. Crazy game.
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah,
Let's see. Did Bok Choy lost to Nathan? It looks like. Nathan on a 3-0 win streak. So that's what happened. Looks like.
interesting. So I know a lot of people were hyping up Bok Choy since he used to play with Killer Bat and Orlando Stars all the time.
He's not I mean, not a bad start to the season. Nathan just seemingly having a better start. Let's see here. Yeah, the looks like that game against Nathan, he just wasn't hitting as well. A lot less well, still 4 home runs, just a lot less, of the small hitters getting in there.
So yeah, still scored 4 runs, but gave up 6. Oh, and
Yeah.
the game against Montana Magica was really close. Only a 1-run game.
Yeah, yeah. And looking at those two games actually, not just that they actually super similar stat lines. Who's hitting all the home runs for him right now? Is that let's see, it's pretty balanced between Amir, Susan, and Ahmed. Some pretty good power hitters.
Yeah, three each, and then Sean has 1, and Mary Riley has 1.
Cool.
Now that's not a name I would be on the home run
No.
list this early in the season.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not.
At first, I
And
was reading it and I looked over and I saw, okay, Rose Flew goes one way. Wait, no, that's my eyes went to Rose because Rose can hit home runs.
yeah,
Like, nope,
you know, hitting a lot of home runs for how little power his team has overall. He's really making the use out of those like power hitter he has, like Susan, Ahmed, and Amir just
no
going
Debbie with
off.
none. That's kind of surprising.
I feel like the 80 powers I've seen struggling with home runs, but I feel like the 100 powers are just ganking everything. Like, and 90s and up are really ganking it, and below that is really struggling. I think even 80s just below 90.
Hmm.
At least from some personal experience, you can see if you look at home run percentages, I'm pretty low on that chart. And I drafted mainly those 85 plus guys, 80 plus guys.
Well, I guess without too much further ado, let's get right into some of these teams. So, first, we're going to start out with the Houston Astros and P. Sanchez, who won the Super Duper League last season. Almost made it into had the opportunity to make the Humongous League through the gauntlet, but felt a little bit short, and I believe it was due to some funky tiebreaker that Jibbo. So guess it's Jibbo's fault why P. Sanchez is not in the Humongous League this season.
Yeah, looks like he struggled in his first game against Bob Culver's fan, uh, which is kind of tough. Uh, One thing I noticed that stands out with his team is going to be that look at that vision. It's all, you know, vision and coordination are just pretty low. I feel like defensively is probably going to be a struggle this year for him. He makes up for it in having like pretty good speed overall and power. So offensively, it could be a weapon, but defensively, it just seems kind of like a glass cannon, where got to score a lot to win. I'm gonna be assuming.
Yeah, you wanted to have a Serena Demonte pick at the end. Kind of was like, oh, I need another good arm.
Yeah. So that's you. I think you kind of had to go that because if you don't have her, um, I, I think Ingrid for one is gonna have to play first base because of the height. Um, so you're leaving not a lot of like fast arms out there. I mean, Sheila's gonna be an ideal like shortstop, second base type, but you don't have very many fast people with arms, so you need to get a slow catcher to be able to put your fast arms out in the outfield.
Yeah, you got Zoe and Faye that are really good in the outfield.
Julie's of course, I mean, elite. Of the eye is tough. Having a good eye in the outfield can really, I mean, make you struggle on catching that. And having being fast is also it makes it more difficult to control, but it also means you can get to the ball quicker. So to have Julie, you really have to be a good user to utilize her properly.
Yeah, a lot of players that I like until you get to like Betty Houston.
Yeah, I am a. I mean,
But
I think.
it's an Angela
Sorry.
clone, so
Yeah,
could make it work.
and
But you kind of have to either Betty is either pitching or like second base, or it's pretty much like you don't have much options.
yeah, I mean, it looks like there's a lot of backup pitchers on the team with Sheila and Yvonne anyway. So I don't even know where you go with Betty here. Like Betty has to be playing pitcher, but then when they're not in, it kind of really screws you over because then you have Ray and Betty in the field. So ah, it'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how he works out those substitute pitchers this season.
Yeah, that would be something to pay attention to. But yeah, decent amount of speed and
Decent amount of speed.
not too much power. That'd be the one thing that other than Julie, not the most power on this team.
It's not the most power, but it actually is a pretty high average where he doesn't have anyone other than Serena who's below 60 it looks like. Ingrid, Sheila and Ray are all probably going to be solid line drive hitters and 80 power is good enough to hit a home run in this league. So it even though I was saying it's difficult, it is for sure enough. And with that power or with the speed he has, if he can get on base with them, I think it'll work out. It could work out.
And with how good P. Sanchez is, there's a good chance he's going to make it work.
All right. Well, I feel a little bit cheaty here, having a well, having being second, but here we go.
Well,
I got the team here,
well,
the
I
boys.
don't know how it happened, but I think when we did the humongous league preview, I was second, so it must be something about the previews that Vizri planned out somehow.
Yeah, he's one step ahead of us all. All right. Well, I got Jay Green, big power hitter. Claudia Villarta, kind of line drive contact hitter, amazing fielder. KO Tool is gonna be my Vlad Guerrero clone. Also, Claudia is a is a who's Claudia's clone? Uh, Claudia is going to be. Why I don't have the note. I
Oh,
do. Yes, I
Claudia
do. Larkin.
is Larkin, yeah.
Yep. So a Barry Larkin clone, a Vlad Guerrero clone, Alexis Weiss. Although I mean, 40 arms still good, coordination pretty bad, but 88 power and being a 6 speed is nice. Pretty nice hitter. Pretty nice hitter I got right there. And then Libby Futterman. That's gonna be my Mike Piazza clone. So I got a big my big 3 height first baseman over there, putting in work in the hitting sector. Randy Uno is my third baseman. Got a nice bat on her, and then Adam. Been kind of rotating Adam between second and outfield, trying to figure it out. Obviously, is gonna have a 4 eyes, so it's in the outfield. Having that bad vision can be difficult, and the value at second base is pretty high. Being able to tag runners out and field well it does this helps out a lot. And Alexis being out there can work. I mean, they have about the same arm. She's just 1 speed slower, so having a little bit worse outfield in the right field, for having a really good second baseman can help out a lot, especially if your pitcher's slow, like a lot of mine are. They're a lot of 5 speeds, so it does help. And then Dominic and Esther, relief. They're both just pitchers with mid bats. Dominic can actually hit. Dominic's been hitting. Dominic's been hitting. No Kizzy. Esther though, we'll see.
So do you have Jay starting?
Where is he starting? He's left field usually.
So who's your starting pitcher then?
Yeah, I've been using Esther.
Okay.
Esther or Dominic. I like Dominic there and Esther at shortstop.
And yeah, because one of the things with Dominic is one of the only pitchers that have 60 or higher in all 4 pitches.
Yeah, very good pitching in all those categories. Just super low. It's kind of like why I like using him as a reliever. Um, but I think he kind of needs to be a starter and a reliever, where he starts off until he runs out of stam and then comes back in once he's good towards the end. Because you have to think so you get 10 stam per inning when you're playing. So in 2 innings, let's say he has half his stam, right? Let's say I take him out at half stam. In 2 innings, he's good to go again. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so that's kind of my thought process behind that. Is maybe he should be starting because of that reason. But the problem with that is also where is he gonna go during that time? Does he play shortstop on low stam, or does he go second base? It's difficult.
Yeah, I think yeah Esther has a little bit better arm.
Yeah, I like her. That's what kind of why I like her at shortstop. I've been really liking Esther's pitching too. At 86-78, I mean, having a good slow ball, I feel like is just such a waste. Like slow balls just don't get strikeouts. All the slow ball pitchers from last year always struggled with getting a lot of strikeouts, and all the pitchers with heat always got more strikeouts. Pitchers like Randy Johnson, Amanda Hellerman, Earl Abbott, pitchers with high heats and high left hooks and right hooks typically got more strikeouts than the slow ball pitchers did. Just because it's easier to read a straight up pitch. When it's outside, it's very easy to know it's outside. If it's, you just have to tell if it's low or high then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely got a decent amount of strikeouts with Walter last season with that hook.
Walter Hall. That's an interesting character. He's got a bit of a bat on him, if I do remember.
Yeah, it's like 50. It's I think it's pretty close to Dominic's bat,
Let's see.
if not the
My
same.
my boy has got a oh Jesus. Click. He's got a 50-58, very close to Dominic, but that 10 speed is tough, very tough.
Yeah, that's the part he can get some hits, but then will he reach first base?
Yeah, also arm strength. Arm strength is actually a huge correlation to like being a good pitcher because if you make a bad throw,
Mm-hmm.
like on a thing, you're just people are safe at first. You give up way more singles if you're slow or if you have bad arm strength, you give up more singles.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, you're gonna give up more singles overall if you don't have those guys playing the field like Jay Green and stuff. Can't always be leaving Jay in at pitcher.
How do you like K so far?
Uh, K. O'Toole. I don't know. She's been okay. She's been
Oh,
more of
I
a
see I
contact
see what
hitter.
you did there.
That was I also saw that it was just unintended, but she just needs to start hitting better, to be honest. I I mean I really like her at catcher. She does a great job fielding. Uh has that pretty good coordination, 60 coordination. The only problem, having low attention at catcher can be bad. I don't think it matters so much, except for when it does matter on those long plays, like on a long drive to the outfield and a runner's coming around from second, and then all of a sudden he stops paying attention, or she, because not Vlad Guerrero, but
Mm-hmm.
it, good hitter. I mean, how did I hit with her in my first game? I don't know how I hit with her in my second game, but she uh she did.
One
Let's see,
single and
not bad. Not two at bats, one single. Yeah, didn't strike out. Got the ball in play. It looks like just
yeah, I
I don't
think
know.
with
Overall,
K it's the do you go power or line drive? That's the tough
it really
question.
is. And then sometimes it feels like, oh well, I should have gone power, or I should go like. It really depends on the situation, I guess. But it's nice. My lineup honestly is very solid, I think, the way I do it. Then it really does allow me to kind of be flexible with K, I think. But I don't know. I go Claudia, Adam, Jay, Libby, Alexis, K, Randy, Dominic, Esther. And that's so that I do Libby as my four hitter because she's slow, so that other people can bat her in, and I don't want her to get walked, right? So like you can't walk Jay Green because behind her is Libby Futterman. You can't walk Alexis Weiss or you can't walk Libby Futterman because behind her is Alexis Weiss. You could maybe walk Alexis Weiss, but at that point I had Jay, Libby, and Alexis ahead of him, and then I have Kay and Randy who are pretty good hitters
Mm-hmm.
behind her too.
Yeah.
And then, what's the point of walking? I mean, them, I guess. Can't walk everyone. You can maybe walk Randy Uno and then
Well,
let Dominic and
I
Esther
think
try and hit
I
him in.
think you could still walk Jay Green.
You would walk Jay Green behind Libby Futterman,
Yes.
a contact power hitter, and then
Yes.
Alexis Weiss.
Yes.
Yeah, I would too, to be honest. Jay Green's just too good.
Well, just you just can't let Jay Green beat you.
Yeah, yeah. You got the Bill Belichick defense cooking up. You're like, all right, we're gonna double team the wide receiver one. We'll put wide receiver, or we'll put our CBs 2 and 3 on wide receiver one. We'll put our CB one on their wide receiver two. And if they beat us with their wide receiver three, hey, fuck it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but
Like,
you have a
but
lot of hitters. Yeah, Jay and Adam are and Claudia are your speedsters.
I feel like I drafted well with roles. Like I drafted really, really good role players. Like K's a catcher. Randy's my third baseman, no matter what. Libby's my first baseman no matter what. I got like my corners covered. I drafted solid defenders for outfield, and I got just good enough arms to play infield all around.
So I do have to ask, how much of it did you draft and how much did Loba draft?
Loba didn't draft my team. It was probably more of the admins, I think. He didn't do any picks. I said he could pick for my team, but let's see. Once I think I got Jay Green automatically, Claudia Vallarta automatically, and KO2 automatically. After that, I didn't have work anymore and was able to pick I think Alexis, Libby, Randy, Adam, Dominic, and Esther. The only pick I would have maybe changed was K, I think. And also I really wanted a speedster instead of Alexis maybe or Libby. Wherever Stuart Sullivan went and Star Moonbeam
Probably
they went
round 4.
yeah, they went one pick ahead of when I had already messaged Visery. I think maybe it was honestly 3 or something because I messaged Visery and then no, I think it was I got auto picked someone else, and I didn't get Star Stewart because I had only chosen 2. It might have been K. It might have been K. I would have had Star instead of K.
Yeah, but overall, pretty solid. We'll see how it turns out for you for the rest of the rest of the season. You do have to play Nathan the last week of the season, so that
Oh
could be
no.
a really tough matchup if you're on the borderline of a playoff spot.
Yeah, I'm of course excited for my matchup against Easy. Let's see who else. Maybe I want to beat Quandy. I think I lost against him last year. Definitely want to beat him this year. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, Easy and Quandy, I think, are gonna be my targets. Ferb Fletcher's my he's uh he's like my apprentice. I'm teaching him.
That's pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah. Next up, we got Uncle Pepper. Um, Going at Super Colossal Dome, another Super Colossal Dome team. Got Barry Bonds, Jane Davis, Sonia Hagen, Wally Evans, Lena Ang, Omar Stefano, Ricky Johnson, Terry Vega, and Diana Hayes. So another Weber clone in the ninth round.
It's a good pick. The Weber clones are good, great pitchers, and they tend to be able to get on base every once in a while, and they have great arms. I mean, great arms for their value. Let me rephrase that.
Yeah, I would say yeah for a ninth round pick that's not uh like Serena Demonte or
Pretty good arm speed combo.
and
I would
pitching.
put her at, yeah, yeah, of course, yeah, pitching too, but like I would put Diana at shortstop. Like I wouldn't don't think I'd put her in the outfield, but I'd put her at shortstop. I'd put her at outfield at a short field, like tin can, and then I'd put the better fielders at in.
Yeah, this is an interesting team because you got any of the teams that have Barry Bonds. It's always interesting to see how they do because Barry Bonds usually doesn't
He's
do that
cursed.
well. Yes.
He's always cursed. Yeah, that's partially my fault, but I'll take blame for one season of that. But yeah, he's cursed.
Barry Bonds is not a power hitter.
He's deceptively not a power hitter, too. Where you think you think he's gonna be a power hitter, and he's just not. But he's
Nope.
also not really fast enough to be a super good line drive hitter. I mean, if he was an 8 speed, it would be a whole different story. Let's see here. Pretty good, pretty low average arm strength on this team if you're looking around at it. It's gonna be interesting to see the way he plays the field, especially since Diana is going to be pitching. So, and unless she's not, then I don't know. But you have Jane, Jane Davis, Ricky, and Terry. I guess Ricky's probably going to be your first baseman. Terry's just so slow. He's got to. I mean, he's got to play second base. And then you got Jane at shortstop, a 7 speed who's got 30 arm playing short.
I don't think Jane's got
And
to
the
play in the
outfield.
outfield.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe she plays outfield. Uh, let's see. But so that means you got Sonia at shortstop. I could see that. Oh, but dude, what about Omar? I forgot about Omar. Who plays third base on this team? Who do you think plays third base? Like
Unless you have like
legit,
Omar
like
starting
Sonia.
pitcher and then Diana at like shorter third.
So Lena's gonna be your catcher. Uh, Ricky's probably your first baseman for the
Hmm.
height. Barry outfield, Jane outfield, and Wally outfield.
Unless you have Barry shortstop.
And then you put Jane, Sonia, and Wally out.
Yeah.
That's a pretty weak arms. That's still pretty weak arms for the outfield. I mean, 30, 31, and 49. Either way, like if you look at the average arm strengths, Uncle Pepper is the third lowest in average arm strength.
Yeah, because other than Barry and Lena, it gets really low.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how he deals with his fielding situation and works around that with his positioning of his players.
Hmm. But a lot of the players are good players. It's just kind of the fit of everyone together.
It is, yeah, yeah. They're good value picks too, for the most part, it looks like.
So we'll see how Uncle Pepper can place them all together.
Yeah.
Next up, we finally got a Parks Department team, and Easy going with
Oh
the
wow. Yeah,
Giants.
this team is he had a vision for when he was drafting his team and he stuck to it, and I think it's gonna pay off for him. I think Easy's gonna have a pretty big year this year. I honestly I'll predict it now. I think he will score the most runs out of any team. All right, bold take. I don't think it is. I think he's gonna have the most runs scored against, like in the league. He might not have the biggest run diff, but he will score the most runs. Um,
This team is
I
slow,
I agree.
but
He's
they got
playing at Parks Department.
and they got bats.
Yep. Like count the number of home games. Dude. I have to play him at home. I just he's gonna hit home runs, home run after home run. Like one, two, three, five, six 85 plus bats is that?
Mm-hmm.
One, two,
Well, I
three,
think it's
four,
five,
580,
and then
580,
and then
680.
yeah, six for if you yeah for BD, and B is one of the best pitchers. So,
Yeah.
and then you also have Tony, who's one of the best catchers.
And Tony can definitely also hit a home run at Parks Department. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like Tony can for sure hit a home run at Parks Department.
Mm-hmm.
He has a Cal Ripken bat. I've seen Cal do it 100 times. Probably less actually. Cal definitely hasn't hit 100 home runs for me. But just insane power overall, and he's making it show. I mean, how many home runs is he at? Let's count him. Let's count him right here. He has
9.
nine home runs. Bok Choi still has more. Crazy.
Mark McGuire
Let's
has
see.
4, and then there's 5 other players that have 1.
Kind of makes sense, honestly. I would expect Sammy maybe to be doing better, but it's tough. It
It's
is
also
tough.
kind of funny that McGuire has 8 RBIs. Everyone else has 1 RBI.
Interesting.
So I don't know what that
Yeah.
means, but it's simply an interesting. stat.
Mark's just getting people in. Uh, thing to note is that even though I mean maybe it's just the level of competition he's played so far, but he he's also been lights out defensively. 25% strikeout rating or like ratio, I guess, and defensively on balls in play, he gets the ball like he gets it out 53% of the time on balls in play. So he's like literally, I mean, he's up there within top 3 in walks, hits, batter faced right now, or top 3. And also runs allowed is 0, of course. So
Yeah, so can't get any better than that.
yeah.
Yeah, so this team's goal is to score a bunch of runs and BD pitch well.
Yeah. I mean, it's working so far. Easy also, despite having such a low speed, because he has power, he doesn't leave runners on base. Top 3 in runners left on as well. Like some people, I mean, leave runners on a lot. Like you get people on base and you don't score them, and some people are scoring with their people. Montana Magic, Bok Choy, Halo, Urikaz, Quundy, top 5 in, scoring with runners. Sorry, scoring with runners on base, not in scoring position because we can't actually track that.
That is an interesting stat for sure.
One thing about sorry, going back to the stat, looking at Montana Magic on this sheet, he he is despite having like the lowest home run rating, he's actually hitting people. He's like hitting people in as well, like at a super high ratio, which is interesting. So just he's playing really well right now. Anyway,
Yeah, next up we got Yakaraz and the Texas Rangers at Dirt Yards. We got Pete Wheeler, Mandy Coolidge, Stuart Sullivan. We got Pete and Stuart. That's pretty nice. So Stuart did go around 3.
yeah, yeah,
Ivan Barpudge, Joella Minotti, Liz Kinghorn, Wing Quan, Paco Kaufman, and George Coleman. Definitely going with the speed strat here. Uh, Mandy and Joella are the main power hitters here. So basically, get on base for Mandy and Joella and kind of Pete.
yeah. Pete has I've just always seen him underperform. I love him as a player, but I just wish I would see him do better.
Yeah, so this team is definitely trying to abuse the bounces at dirt yards.
Yeah,
That's their whole
100%.
plan.
100%. Obviously it's not one of the it is the highest average speed in the league going going at it, and also being on the other end of that, having the lowest average power in the league. It's a full on dirt yards team, and I do respect the hustle.
Yeah, so this is going to be a team that's interesting. This like you see where their plan is. It just can they execute
Can it
on
work?
it?
Yeah. Great contact and speed team. I mean, they drafted what they wanted. It really is like a super great contact speed. I mean, everyone on their team, except like what is it? Pretty much everyone has 50 plus contact, other than Liz and Stewart. And Stewart doesn't need contact. He's just gonna bunt and get on base. He's
Mm-hmm.
actually probably gonna. If you bunt with Stewart, it doesn't work. I've tried it.
No,
But
if you bunt, then Devin does the soundboard and says that's cheating.
that is cheating. It is cheating, even in online.
But yeah, I guess though the other question is Who is doing the catching on this team slash pitching?
Yeah, yeah, that is a tough one. This is a I think a team I actually noted. I think Ivan has to be the catcher. You simply can't put anyone else there.
So you have to have
And for
Mandy going into wing into George.
maybe, honestly, I think that's maybe how you do it. But I would honestly rather have a faster pitcher out there. Like can't Wing pitch despite looking like can't.
Wing can pitch a little bit. Only thing is the 25 stamina.
Yeah.
But I
Hmm.
think you're gonna have
Yeah.
to Mandy and Wing are gonna have to be the because you can't really afford to have Ivan not be at catcher
No. No.
unless you're
Just
trying.
starting him until he goes on, like runners on type stuff. But
Yeah,
there's
unless
limited
you're.
timeouts.
I mean, there is like certain situations where Pete at catcher could work
Hmm.
because I know I did that occasionally. But that
But
was
that takes so
situation
many
based. That
balls.
wasn't like all like constant.
Yeah, and for that type of stuff to work, I feel like it only works like once or twice an inning because of the two timeout rule.
Yeah.
Like if you put Pete in for a play against a certain type of batter, because obviously you don't want to have him not in the outfield against a a power hitter. But yeah, this is it has the team has a vision. I think they're lacking. They are lacking in some key role players. But offensively, they definitely have a vision, and defensively, I think they're just gonna have to try and figure it out.
Yeah, so this team is gonna score some runs, but they're gonna give up some runs too. And that's what's been going on so far. They've scored 12, but they've given up 22.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
definitely with going with the what kind of we were saying. So it seems like it is going as expected.
As expected.
And next up, we got Steel Eye and the Phillies at Big City Stadium. Got Marilyn McDonald, the Jeter clone, Tanya Lesko, the Conseco clone, Hellerman, Iceman Parker Collum, Timmy Unger, Scotty Roth, Vincent Sweet, Gail Weinman, and Nate Kowalski.
Hmm. Uh, this looks kind of like my team from last year. If you replace Amanda with Sonia and Parker with Rachel LaBuena, to be honest. I think Parker and Rachel are like the same player pretty much, except for they have like one thing different about them, which is weird.
Their
But
pitching stats are different.
yeah, yeah. But
And
same hitting, I think. Or 38, 37, is it?
um yeah, their pitches are different. Rachel has a like 100 heat and also 100 coordination, and Parker has 56 coordination. So their coordination and their pitching is a little bit different.
I see. I see. Yeah, still a great power hitter, and you can throw him at second base. I like this team. Overall, they have a ton of good arms and only like a few drop spots, and I feel like having two weak arms is usually ideal. Trying to figure that out, and then when you use one of those weak arms on a power hitter, I like that. That's what I did with like Alexis Weiss, but she's a little faster. Uh, but yeah, I think Parker and Alexis might be the same speed. But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you have a decent amount of well, you don't have to worry about pitching of Hellerman. That's really nice. I guess the one thing is like, can you get enough people on base with your bottom five players?
it's very true. It's gonna be hard, other than those. I think you kind of have to like go maybe hedge and put Timmy Unger up first, like or do like Maryland, Timmy, Tanya, Parker or something like that, just to try and get a guy on base or maybe someone that hits Maryland over, so that your power hitters like Tanya and Parker
Hmm.
can work. Or maybe you just do the 1, 2, 3 and hope that the bottom of your lineup does something too. Like you go Maryland, Tanya, Parker, hope that that produces runs, and then you just throw the rest of them in line after that.
Yeah, I mean, Timmy and Nate can get you some hits.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I would
Um,
say I would say Timmy 100%. Nate sometimes. Timmy's pretty good at hitting, to be honest. Even Vincent can actually line drive hit. And with the boost this year, not too bad of a hitter. Like Vincent's honestly just like Dominic Hoskins, and Dominic's been batting very good.
no, why is that doing that? Okay, that was weird.
A little bit of difficulty.
No, I
Um,
was looking at the stream on my phone and it wasn't didn't ha- it had it wasn't like updating for some reason, but that's weird.
oh, yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you just have to refresh or like it gets stuck on a frame.
Yeah, but yeah, I see what Steel I was doing and a good win in week 1 against K1D. We'll see what see how Steel Eye does the rest of the season. Speaking of K1D and the Cardinals playing at Parks, Fred Benson, Marcellus Marks, Stan Olson, Kendall, Kanye Uchida, Fabian Callahan, Gary Allen, Kenny Kawaguchi, and Alan Martinez.
This is looks like a pretty offensive team if I if I do say so.
It
Pretty
definitely
offensive
seems like
team.
a Parks department team
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you
for
got
sure.
4 players that are really good power hitters, and then you got in the middle you got Stan, Jason, and Tanya that are they're basically for more defense slash all around. Um,
Then you get more power hitters.
yeah,
Yeah,
so I guess
more.
the lack of arms is the one thing that stands out with this team.
Yeah, the lack of arms and maybe even the lack of like elite speed, I would say, um, to match that. Because I can understand that their outfield is just gonna have bad arms, right? And that's honestly okay at Parks Department. If you put Fred and Marcellus, like I would put Marcellus left field, Fred right field, and then you either toss. I mean, Stan and Jason are near identical. You put one of them at outfield, the other at shortstop. Uh, Oh wow, Ellen Martine looks like has to play catcher. It looks like, which 86 is not really enough to get the ball to second base consistently. I think a lot of 7 speeds might just be stealing against this team.
Yeah, this I think yeah this team you could definitely run on.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Kenny Kawaguchi too. Pitching not bad, not bad overall. To be honest, especially since they took out the single pitch nerf, right?
Well, the nerf is still there. It's just
Just 5.
less. Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of 20. Oh, when it was 20, it was miserable.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Dinger, 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 dinger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am so glad that that got changed.
Yeah, that was an interesting time. I like when they do that though, and then they're like, "Oh, was that good or bad, guys?" And we're like, it was not. That was not ideal."
No. Yeah, so
Yeah,
this team definitely has some flaws, but their goal is going to be to hit some home runs and worry about everything later. Um,
yeah, for
Kind of
sure.
like Matitude, one of Matitude's RBBL teams. But that strategy works a little bit better in RBBL.
I agree. Being, I feel like you're probably more likely to get a wild pitch in the zone or something like that more often than not. You're gonna get either middle. People don't pitch around the strike zone in this league. They don't pitch in the strike zone actually either.
That is
It's
very true. But yeah, this team's pitching and defense is not the greatest. So uh, good thing they're playing at Parks, but they've given up 9 runs and 7 runs in their first 2 games. So yeah, defense is not their strong suit.
no. Uh, still looks like I mean, putting up an effort with the scoring. Although 0-7 against Steel Eye is pretty crazy. I wonder where that game was for it to be 0-7 for him.
Big city.
Big city. Isn't it a shame that Steel Eye isn't at Steel Stadium also? Like what is that? What were you doing there? How do you have a name like Steel Eye and then not draft Ernie Steel and be at Steel Stadium?
I don't know if Steel Eye's ever been at Steel Stadium.
That's a shame. That's just such a shame.
I mean, I just don't honestly don't remember.
I I like actually could pull it up. All right, S4. But we can keep going
Yeah,
to Navy Cap.
yeah. So speaking of, that was a nice tie-in. I don't know if you did that intentionally or not, but Navy Cat playing at Steel Stadium and has Ernie Steele. Uh, Got Lindsey Felgate, Vladimir Guerrero, Courtney Valentino, Ernie Steele, Alex Gonzalez, Isabel Morelli, Billie Jean Blackwood, Olive Hussein, and Marky Du Bois. Now, there,
This is an interesting team.
I don't know if there were some trades that messed with kind of like the round value or whatever. Um,
It looks like there was trades. I want to say I feel like Billie Jean got traded at one point. I'm like almost certain. Junior League why isn't the trades up like that? Did they close the trade talks? There's no way. Browse channels.
let's see here.
Trade. No, it's not there. They they actually have it hidden, I'm pretty sure.
Well, um,
Well, can't look at the trade talks now.
yeah,
I'm oh sorry, almost certain Billie Jean got traded.
yeah. No, well, because the other thing is like Ernie Steele. I hope even at Steele you're not drafting Ernie Steele in the fourth round.
Yeah, uh okay, no. Billie Jean was drafted by Navy Cap. Let's see who Ernie was drafted by. Ernie was also drafted by no, Ernie was drafted by Navy Cap in the fourth round. I have that marked off as a minus like a very high minus value pick. Like on average, so by the way, just on average in the past drafts of like literally season 2 through season 4 in the Humongous League and Junior League, Ernie has been drafted on average at pick 102 and he was drafted at pick 84. So almost a full round ahead of on average, basically.
Yeah, Ernie. That was definitely a fun pick.
No, and it looks like this team is all what it uh no. No, Brenda Marquette got traded for someone. Brenda Marquette and Courtney Valentino is the trade, I believe. It looks like.
Oh, okay, so you're losing. You're getting a little bit better speed. A little bit less pitching.
Or
Vlad in round
let me,
2 is interesting because you had K in round 3.
I got K auto draft me in round 3, yes, and it is also a bad pick. You're right about that. I love that for you. You know, you pointed out that she also got drafted about a little over half a round earlier than she usually does. Yeah, literally.
Yeah, but yeah, Lynn. Yeah, the a lot of decent players on this team, and you got boosted Markey. So that that is also pretty nice. You got boosted Ernie for your home games, boosted Markey, nerf Billie Jean, but Billie Jean being nerf doesn't really do anything. First base, solid. Um,
Yeah,
you got well, I guess the you don't have much power or top tier power, but you do have three mid 80s, and then you have Ernie that can maybe get some on center field.
yeah. Ernie. I mean, Ernie, especially at Steel Stadium, is going to be elite. I mean, I obviously he's not going to be hitting home runs to left and right. You know, only to center. But I just when he, especially with the Stam boost this year, he's going to be good.
Yeah, it is interesting that you're going Ernie with uh Mark boosted Marky slash Nerf Billie Jean
It
because
is.
they're both best positioned as first base. So Ernie is gonna not have to play first base.
Well, actually, you're right, dude. Ernie, dude, okay. Hear me, hear me out. What if you just say neither Ernie or Billie Jean are gonna play first base, right? What if, what if they're just both in the outfield trying to rob home runs?
That would be
Mm,
an interesting choice.
yeah, you could do that. You could literally do that. You could put, let's see, do they have any more height? You could put Markey at first base. There you go.
Yeah, I don't know if you would want to do that. I don't think that's the ideals.
Well, it maybe it's not ideal, but you would have a higher chance to rob home runs.
Yeah, this is an interesting team. 2-0 so far. So we will
Yeah.
see how Navy Cap does with this team. Next up, we got a Cement Gardens team in Pure Chaos. We'll see
Pure
if
chaos.
this team is Pure Chaos. Uh, got Chico,
Yeah.
Star Moonbeam, Jeff Bagwell, Fernando Diaz, Luann Louis, Dante Robinson, Derek McCattery, Ronnie Dobbs, and Machiko Adachi.
Yeah, this is it looks like a kind of a mix between offensive and defensive in some places, but well actually just it really just looks offensive as hell, to be honest. But some places it looks like defense. Like Jeff Bagwell is a defensive pick. Dante's a defensive pick, and Michiko Adachi are defensive picks, but Chico Star and Fernando, I think Diaz is also a defensive pick with his pitching. But Chico Star, Luan, and Ronnie are all offensive. It just feels like there's not a lot of middle ground players that like kind of glue it together, other than maybe Jeff. who's still more defensive than he is offensive.
Yeah, I would say that's the case, and also because of that, you pretty much have to play Jeff at catcher.
Yeah, oh, for sure. I mean, you can maybe put Ronnie there, but
Hmm.
Ronnie at catcher is just asking, especially at Cement Gardens, is just asking to have extra bases off missed balls. I mean, he's not going to get it a lot, but he has horrible vision, so on any pop up close to the plate, you're just going to be struggling. And then I think he just the one height makes you small. It makes you having two one height players is great. Luan and Ronnie being on the same team, the only players that other than Pablo that are one height is just insane. If you had Luan, Pablo, and Ronnie, I that would be a new level of height.
And I think Vicky's also one height, right?
Let's take a look. Let's see. No, Vicky's a two height.
Oh, okay.
Pablo, it's just Pablo, Luan, and Ronnie. Yeah, interesting team. I feel like it's very like it went offense, offense, defense, defense, offense, defense. Derek's definitely offense, I think. Derek's 100% an offensive pick for that. That's like a good seventh round bat. Six speed with 62. No, Pudge is also two, uh, I believe. The, the only people that are one is Ronnie, Pablo, and Luan. You're a one height. You're a one height, buddy.
You're saying I'm a one height?
No, no, P Sanchez.
Oh,
P Sanchez said not Vicky but Pudge.
oh,
But I was like, no, I don't think Pudge is either.
yeah. Pudge is the only pro that's a two height.
Is he actually? That's it's an interesting stat to know. I like that. I like that for Pudge, to be honest.
Makes him unique.
Yeah, he is. He is actually totally. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
this team is kind of fitting that it's pure chaos. Uh, kind of a mixture of things. I see where they're trying to go with the speed a little bit. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's the the greatest team compared to some of the other ones we've seen so far. So I don't think this team's gonna do that well just because of the every how the other teams have been looking pretty solid so far.
Yeah, we'll see how it ends up. All right. Duragash. See.
Got Xenon, Mikey Thomas, Frank Thomas, Double Thomas,
Double
Maya
Thomas.
Woodruff, Gwen Sears, Whitney Singh, Lorelai Akai, Murray Goldman, and Chris Milton.
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of pretty good arms on this team. I see enough bats to go around and some decent speed. It looks like a pretty well balanced team overall, I'd say. Maybe lacking on maybe maybe like one more power bat, but I Maya's good enough. It looks like a pretty well-rounded team to me, to be honest. I'm pretty happy with this look. Chris Milton pitching, maybe like I honestly don't see any problems. I think this team could do pretty good here. Oh well,
I think
I still think they're good. That they could be good.
I
I
think
don't
you
think
have to have
Ekman is
Frank.
good for their team.
I think you have to have Frank pitch though.
Yeah, you're right.
But I mean, you might not necessarily. I guess. Well, bless you.
Thank
But
you.
I guess you. I mean, I guess that is the one thing is that Frank is the best player for both first base and pitcher on this team.
Hmm.
That
Hmm.
is the one kind of thing that I'm seeing, and also, um, You're gonna have to. It's a little bit slow after. Um, yeah, because you have your top three speed is Gwen, Whitney, and Lorelai. So if you have all of them in the outfield, your next, everyone else is a 4 or a 5.
That to be fair, like I mean, respectfully, Mikey's a good catcher.
Yeah.
Zenon can play third or shortstop.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Maya also should be catcher, so this is gonna be interesting. Who plays catcher between Maya and Mikey? You think? I would put Mikey there, and then I would put Maya at third, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I guess Murray
but
also could play catching.
oh, dude, this is a weird team, dude.
I think they need to trade.
Mur,
I think they need to trade Murray.
yeah, or Mike. I would trade Mikey for like to some team that needs power. I would trade Mikey to a team that needs power and get like a guy that has like either elite like speed fielding or like elite like power speed combo. Like or good power speed combo, you know? Like you would trade Mikey for a 7 speed. Trade Mikey for a 7 speed with a good bat and a good arm. Like Mikey, I mean, I wouldn't trade Mikey, but like Mikey for someone like Claudia Vallarta, right?
Mm-hmm.
That 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 would be good for you. Then you're basically just trading speed for power, like directly, because they're both people with like good arms. I think that yeah, I realistically, you already have Zenon and Maya to be like a boot power hitters. I think if you got like a fast leadoff hitter, then you could do Mikey, uh, or you could do whoever you trade. You could do like you got a fast lead up hitter. You have them lead off after you do Whitney. Then after Whitney, you do Zenon, Maya, Gwen, Lorelai, Murray, Chris. But if you can get a leadoff, I think that's the thing this team is missing is a leadoff hitter. It looks like actually they don't have a good leadoff hitter. But they have two 7 speeds that are either missing contact or power. Like you have a guy with power and no contact, and a guy with contact and no power. And then yeah, if they got a good leadoff hitter, they need a Luis Ariz. They need a Padres trade, to be honest.
I think a lot of teams could use a rise, to be honest.
Yeah, that's very true.
But that's for MLB. There's a yeah, MLB is playoffs are getting close to around the corner. So uh once we get
Did you? Oh,
sorry,
sorry.
go ahead.
Did you see that it's like the closest game spread, or like there's no team with 100 wins, which is like, and it's on track to be that, which is the first time it's been like that since 2015 or 2014, sorry.
I did see that where it's like um yeah, no team is projected to get 100 wins.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I was looking at the standings, like there's like 8 teams that could end up with the best record in baseball.
That's kind of funny. Isn't
Cause,
that crazy? It's so competitive. So competitive.
cause yeah, there's like the top 3 in the National League, and then there's like at least 4 in the American League that are close to that as well. So yeah, it's pretty crazy how that is all. Um, I think the Padres are pretty close to the Dodgers
Yeah.
now. They've made a big
Yeah.
comeback. I think they're what, like 4 games back now.
Yeah, but we had some struggle with the Rockies.
The
We had some
Rockies.
dude, they have our number. The Rockies are below 500 against every team in the MLB except for the Padres. who they beat consistently.
That's funny.
They're literally losing to everyone. They're losing to everyone but the Padres, who they're like, you guys can't beat the Dodgers. They're laughing at us. They're laughing at us right now, Nate.
That is
Anyway, yeah. Ferb Fletcher looks like he's got a great team, actually,
yeah.
but not really.
Well,
Yeah,
they got they got Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn.
yeah, yeah. I need to trade. I need to trade anyone and everyone on my team for Tony Gwynn. Get him immediately. Um, no, but seriously, I would say if there's one thing I think this team isn't is I gosh, here's the thing, all right? It is an Ekman team with Kimmy Ekman and having all the strong arms, but I just think it didn't go hard. It didn't go hard enough in the Ekman commit towards the end of the draft, right? Like I think you had to draft like a stronger arm instead of PJ Sheriff. Just like you should have just got it. Like I think if you get another arm, like I already think you're not gonna score a lot.
I mean,
Maybe Isaac Drummond. I don't
I,
know.
I,
That's a
d-
pitcher.
I do like kind of yeah. I guess that's why they drafted Isaac because they did not really have any pitching.
Yeah, I would like instead of PJ, I would have liked just an arm. Just get another arm in there.
Yeah, they
The
probably
thing
wanted a
about
little bit more speed.
Yeah, that's the thing about Ekman is that especially since you have Raul Serra, they also just what it looks like they like drafted one way. What I just feel like that you needed to have a better second and third pick if you drafted Raul, you know? Because Raul's obviously a low. Like I'm guessing that Ferb had a late round pick. So let's look at this. Ferb was sort this A to Z, and then look at Ferb's picks. Um, Ferb had pick number 19. It looks like so pretty late draft pick overall. Just uh 5 slots below the latest you can get, and let's see, didn't make like very many good draft picks overall. I think Tony Gwynn was a reach. I think Raul and Sarah were both kind of reaches. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, drafting for Ekman is always a tough one. I think they did what they could, and they kind of got a little bit towards the end. They kind of were trying to fill in some holes there.
In my opinion, I think they weren't drafting for Ekman, and then they got Kimmy Ekman and decided to just go for it. I think this team would really cook at at like Parks. I think a lot of teams just would do better at Parks.
Yeah,
I mean, anyone who has better pitching and like low power should just go for Parks and hope that you can like get your guys. It's the equal. Parks is a great equalizer. Parks department is a great equalizer because it takes those 90 power guys and it basically turns them into like 80 because it's like okay, and like you can hit a home run, so can Raul there. Like what were you trying to say? Like your 100 power is Raul's 80 here. Like I don't know. It's a great equalizer. And that way you have all the arms and all those 100 powers that people have without arms are sat lacking and you get more base hits. It's just
could be
it's just
interesting. Will be
yeah.
interesting to see that. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's sums up this team, and then the last team on in this side is Bob is Culver's fan. That's an interesting name. Um,
I don't know who the Culver are. What are the Culvers?
I don't know if it's related to the restaurant.
Oh, Culver's. It is a restaurant.
That's what I think of when I hear Culver's. I think of the restaurant. So now, if there's anything else that could be referring to, I have absolutely no clue.
Where is it from? It's from Wisconsin, but apparently they have Culver's in San Diego.
If you haven't gone,
Apparently.
then you should try it. It's pretty good.
Oh, there's one not too far. Wait a second. What is this? Classic malt shop. Okay, it's called something else here. I don't know. It's Culver's though. Anyway,
We got Leo Wayne, Brenda Markart, Hillary Vargas, Pamela Kirkos, Jacinda Smith, Nan Porter, Tina Herrera, Jason Giambi, and Johnny Omar. So you
uh,
got three really good all-around players. You got Jacinda Smith, good first baseman. Nan can pitch.
I would say like four really good all-around players. Even I mean, Leia, Brenda, Hillary, and Pam are all well-rounded.
hmm And then Giambi is kind of just there, and Jomar is there for the fun and the memes.
So I did play. Bob is Culver's fan. He put Jason Giambi at third, which I thought was interesting. He was like the only person I wouldn't put at third base. There was like a few interesting things. Jocinda wasn't playing first base also. Uh, yeah, there was a few interesting things. Um, I do like this team. I mean, a lot, especially for Steel Stadium, a lot of good arms.
Put
Jason
Giambi in
Giambi,
center.
exactly. Yeah, I was about to say, just throw Giambi in center, and then you have Leia and Brenda in the outfield, Pamela at shortstop, or switch that Brenda and Pamela switch that and yeah, Kurt Schilling, Nan Porter, Kurt slash Nan pitching, and throw Hillary at catcher, Tina at third, and Jomar at second, and you got yourself a team. This is a pretty good team. I would like to have seen a there's just a lot of there's you can see Nan, Tina, and Jomar are all just guys with arms and no power whatsoever. But Giambi kind of makes up for that for being a power guy with no arm. But I would have liked to see one more guy without an arm who's a power hitter, who's usually your pitcher. Kurt Schilling's an elite pitcher, but I always hate seeing pitchers that can't bat. It just closes that gap. You know,
Where's the DH?
where's the yeah.
Yeah, I think that this team maybe could trade either Brenda or Pamela for someone that might be a little bit more specialized.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe I would do like a double trade with one of them and either Jomar or Tina
hmm
and try and get like either power or speed for those guys. I really think you need just like two guys that are either power or speed for them, and you would have that would be a great team because then you could put, especially at Steel Stadium, then you can put Jason at second and someone bad in the outfield. Like if you just got a shitty fielder, you could put him in center field all the time. Jason's bad already, but he can play second. So like you can put someone there and there. That's the
Yeah.
problem though with Kurt. Kurt is just takes up one of the bad arm slots. Pitcher is someone who can have a bad arm, so you typically want them to be good at hitting.
Yeah, it's just that Nan has a little bit less fanfare and no one's fandoming over Nan Porter like some people are in the Discord over Kurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Or
don't,
Lisa.
I don't.
Lisa catches a lot as well. I've seen the Kurt Schilling, all the Kurt, but Lisa also gets a lot of love.
I don't understand the Kurt memes at all.
It's just Kurt. It's a lot of Kurt.
Yeah, I just I don't get it.
He's just so. Can we, Jamie? Can we pull up a picture of Kurt Schilling real quick? Who's got Kurt Schilling on their team? Just look at that cute chubby face. If we could just get the picture of all of Kurt Schilling's, like the 30 Kurt Schillings on the screen, I would appreciate that. I think I have it ready actually. I could just copy and paste this, send it to you. Beautiful. Where is it? I know Loba sent it in our chat in backyard memes.
Oh, so Bok Choy, yes, Kurt Schilling.
Oh, here it is. Oh, thing. Wow. Wait. Copy image. I don't know if you can put stuff that I send you on screen, but this is just beautiful. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
You can only pick Kurt.
Um, I'm gonna have nightmares over that.
That game would actually like no one would score. It would just be like hits to the pitcher that the pitcher throws out to another like Kurt. It would be Kurt Schilling hitting to Kurt Schilling at pitcher, and Kurt Schilling at pitcher throwing to Kurt Schilling at first base, and that would be repeat, rinse and repeat until all of eternity because no one's ever gonna score a run.
Yeah. Uh, enough about Kurt Schilling. Uh, Next up, we got KC and the Mighty Hornets. At Big City Stadium, we got Cheryl Reynolds, Sophie Meyer, Alex Rodriguez, Lisa Crockett, Carlos Beltran, Frankie Holly, Vic Souffle, Sidney Chang, and Ryan Vanderhook. So you got two really good power hitters. And you got
Yeah.
some good defense in Rodriguez, Beltran, Sidney, Vic. Lisa can pitch. Frankie has some power and a good arm. This is a pretty decent all around team.
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Easy's team, but then instead of continuing to draft power, they were like, all right, yeah, maybe since we got our power hitters, we should start drafting some defense now.
Yeah.
Like they got like it's they both have he has the clones of Easy. He has Sammy Sosa and Mark McGuire, but then went for and I mean Lisa Crockett's pretty equivalent to Frank Thomas, I'd say, in like value. Like both great pitchers with, I mean, Frank's slow but has good power. Lisa's kind of got like a Carlos Beltran bat. I don't know, it works.
Yeah, no, and Casey is one of the better players so far. So I
So
think
it's
this is
working.
going to be one of the top teams.
Yeah, I really love that Frankie Holly pick as well. I wanted Frankie and Isabel on my team. Cindy Chang too is not bad for the value. Getting a fast person at the end there, probably just, defensively great outfielder. Like you got yourself an outfield in the eighth round is getting eighth round outfield is hard, especially ones that are that good.
Yeah, this team has lot of good arms.
They show it too. They do have they have the highest average arm strength overall and pretty high average accuracy and coordination and height too. It just looks like a very defensive team. and even the stats show it that they're doing well to defend once they get balls in play.
Yeah, I think this team is going to do really well, and so far they're 3-0. And I think week 5 against Blacktrade. That's a game that's a game I'm circling right there. I want to see that one. That's going to be a
I want
good
to see
game.
against the Tara Stark.
That'll be another interesting one.
All right.
But
Uh,
next up is Halo.
Big hitter with the mighty Melonheads. Halo's got Larry Walker, Jose, Anna Goodrow, Joanne May, Jorge Garcia, Jordan Thorner, Petra Chekhov, Bobby Bullgreen. Oh my gosh, I can't read. And Mickey O'Connor. You know, if I had to say one thing this team has, it's power. Another power team. Him and Easy had some pretty similar ideologies going into this draft. Halo, it looks like drafted just a little bit more speed than Easy, um, and a little bit more, or and a little bit less contact. With Jose and some others.
Yeah, this is a Parks team for sure. Lots of power.
Lots of power. Lots of power. I love the Mickey pick. Love the Jose pick.
Yeah,
I don't really
Jose
actually.
said that he's ready for a backyard baseball comeback.
Yeah, he last year I had his clone and was
He
batted
he uh he
underwhelmingly.
posted that on Twitter.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome actually.
Yeah, he posted it was a screenshot of his like player card.
Hell yeah, that's sick.
So I saw that was
Cool. Very cool.
trying to see if I can find the tweet. Yeah, he said backyard baseball is back. I'm ready to come out of retirement, and then has the screenshot of the game with his card in the like the player finder.
Nice. Which version is it? Do you know?
What do you mean which version? He's only in 01.
Oh, he's only in 01?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I didn't know. All right, that's sick.
Yeah, I like this team. I think Halo's definitely been one of the more improved players uh, recently. So I think this fits well with the Melonheads brand.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, a couple holes on defense just due to speed and arms not being there. But I think he'll be able to make it work out.
The biggest thing is pitching.
Y- yeah. I think Bobby's obviously gonna start, but then after that, do you maybe put Jorge in, or do you go to Anna or Jose, or maybe it's maybe you go to Mickey. I don't know. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he also has Jose playing first base as well.
yeah. Think Anna could pitch it a little bit. Um, I think Jordan or Mickey might have to pitch a couple innings, but it looks like Joan May is pitched. Joan May,
Joanne May. That's not, yeah, kind of makes sense actually.
Petra. and Bobby.
Okay. Wait, can you what is Petra's? Petra's all right. All right. All right. I see that.
Yeah.
Definitely see Joanne. I mean, I guess that just a slow ball pitcher, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
Works.
yeah, hit some home runs. Got 16 runs between the two games, doing pretty good. So we'll see if Halo can keep it up.
Yeah, third
Next,
highest home run percentage next to the Blue Bombers.
this is the Pablo team. Got Pablo, Caffey, Juan Gonsalsa, Kristen,
Also 3-0.
yeah, Kristen Sullivan, Uma Morris, Shane Smith, Annie Frazier, Rosanna Phelps, and Matthew LaCruz.
Pretty solid team, to be honest. Pretty solid team. I think Loba, if he saw this team, he would be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, yeah." Those are all players. I think I'm almost certain almost everyone on this team, other than Annie and Pablo, Loba's drafted in previous seasons. Maybe Juan, but Juan, I know he's a huge fan of Matthew, Shane, and Kathy. Just he's their utmost supporters. Definitely likes Kristen too.
Yeah, Kristen. Well, the Marty clone, Marty slash clone is kind of getting a lot more hype. So we'll
I
I
mean,
think
dual
that
threat.
yeah. Um, I really like Shane Smith, and um, solid corner outfielder. Rosanna's got some speed, a little bit of pitching. Um, Matthew LaCruz kind of is just a solid late round pick, but doesn't do anything too great. Has a decent bat.
Um, Matthew LaCruz is he's always seemed to bat better than expected.
But it looks like Nathan is 3-0 so far. Um, yeah, I'm guessing. Let's see who is. Yeah, Kristen and Uma have done the majority of the pitching. So yeah, that makes sense. Um, and Nathan's a good player. And let's see, is Pablo, how many home runs does Pablo have? Only one home run? Oh, come on. Pablo needs some more home runs. That's the one thing I don't like about this team is that Pablo needs to hit some more home runs.
Pablo needs some more home runs for sure. Nathan has a pretty low home run percentage, but I'm not one to talk because I have not gotten one yet.
And next up, we got DLW, a Tin Can Alley team. You got Jessica Washer Francis Bluer, Mo Vaughn, Marty Cordova, another Marty, Julian Payne, Mona Bennett, Robbie Bacco, Mariana Rolfe, and Chrissy Mulligan.
I mean, I'm a lot of bats in the 80s. A lot of bats in the 80s. One, two, three, four, five, six, 80 bats. Um, so
77 average powered.
yeah, no one below 50 even. It's just no one above, you know, 87.
Yeah.
Uh, I would say it would be nice to have maybe a few more fast people on a Tin Can Alley thing, like Tin Can Alley area, but I do understand that you have to like play for other fields, and he probably needed some arms. It looks like towards the end. rather than speed. So, you get what you get. Definitely lacking in some power and speed though. Maybe like just like elite in those areas, you know?
Yeah, that is that it that's what I
Whole
see
lot
as
of whole
well.
yeah. Yeah, whole lot of well-rounded players on this team.
Hmm.
Whole lot of well-rounded players. Like look at the like humps of the graphs if weird way to describe it, but all of them look so similar. Like he drafted people that could hit well and throw well.
Yeah. Plan was to hit the wall.
Yeah. And not going too well so far, but it's okay. Hopefully he can have a good game against Tara in the next one.
Yeah, that should be a good game. Um, yeah. And next up, we got Balloon at Parks. Got Xena, Davy, Randy Johnson, Barbara Jones, Burnitz, Roof Prout, Tracy, Hoban, Olga, and Jose Meisenheimer.
Interesting team, I'd say. Um, definitely has some potential, I'd say. I think it's got a pretty good starting, like pretty good ability to have a good lineup here. I would probably bat first with one of those 7 speeds, probably Olga. It's either Olga or Ruth. I don't know. Maybe either Ruth for more stam or Olga for more contact. Or sorry, wait. No, she has better contact and for more power. Sorry about that. So either Olga for just that little bit more power, but I don't know. I would probably go Barbara, Ruth, Davy, Zenon, uh, Jeremy, Randy, Olga, Jose. That'd be a pretty good lineup, I think. That would be a pretty good lineup. Pretty good lineup overall, actually, and definitely has arms around the field. Arms around the field, and where he doesn't have an arm, it's still a 7 speed. The only problem is that there are a lot of slow players, but yeah, he has enough speed for the outfield for sure.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it looks like this team is having some trouble scoring runs. So, um, but I think that they're they have the players um, to score runs. They just have to execute. Um, they have 18 hits within the 2 games, so that means that they're getting people on. They're just not driving them in.
Yeah, actually, when you say that, I actually do have a runners left on stat, and let's see, who is it? Balloon is currently sitting at 80% of the time they leave their runners on base, which guess who's just barely above them at 78.
You?
Yep. Yeah, yeah, I'm not scoring either, but it's okay. And this is only through their 2 games of data in my 1 game. We'll get that up in the second half.
Yeah. But I think on paper this team could score some runs, and they have Randy, so Randy can hold people down.
Yeah, for sure. Randy, amazing at strikeout ability. Can definitely do some work in there.
And next up we got Montega Magica, who couple really good games despite 1-1 record. 22 runs against Terra Stark. That's quite a lot. Uh, at home, uh, Dirt Yards was Dirt Yarding. Then I see. So you got Don Kozart, you got Cal, you got Rachel, you got Earl, Nikki, Raquel, Arlene Clinker, and Amy uh, Bostwick. So either we're trying to have power or speed or have an arm. So
So,
yeah, I see what they were trying to do here. I kind of wish there was a little bit more speed, to be honest, though.
I mean, yeah, Dawn, I mean, I'll say this looks a lot like one of my teams. I'm definitely a fan of Cal, Rachel, and Earl. Um, the I would say definitely at dirt yards, Dawn and Earl probably gonna get on base most of the time. Um, Having Cal as a leadoff hitter for that would be sick. I would I would probably do like Cal leadoff and then like Earl, then Dawn, then Rachel. Because then, if you think about it, you have Cal leading off. So if Dawn gets a good hit, then uh, I don't know actually about that. Maybe you go Dawn Earl Cal. I think you go Dawn Earl Cal. Dawn Earl Cal Rachel. And then the problem is not being able to walk Rachel because behind Rachel, I guess you put Nikki. Yeah, Nikki. Then yeah, okay, okay. Nikki, Raquel, Arlene, Colleen, Amy. That actually is that could definitely work really well. Also, one thing to note is Cal's stamina boost for this team makes that pitching go up a little bit for Earl to have 100 stamina, not 95, which might be. Oh no, he added it. Sorry, he already added it. It goes up from 85 to 95, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe it goes above the threshold where it's like one less thing. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I'm not uh, entirely certain how uh, that all works, but
Oh, I
I
have
kind of
a
wish they had a little bit more speed other than Don, Cal, and Earl.
Yeah, for
But that
sure.
would be like the kind of the one kind of nitpicking thing that I see. Um,
For sure would like to see like another 7 speed in there instead of maybe like Arlene or something. Like a player like Cindy Chang, just a 7 speed with an arm instead of a bat.
yeah, but it seems like Mon Montagna Magica has been figuring out how to use this team pretty well. Tough loss to Bok Choy in week 2, but 1-1 on the season so far, and looking like going to be a threat for the playoffs. Next up, we
Yeah.
got the Terrace Stark at Cement Gardens. Got Keisha, Maria Luna, Lance Lambert, Grace Tipton, Whitaker, Dimitri, Artie, Chad, and Esmeralda.
Ooh. Um well, they do have Pink Maria team, so this is the team that got Pink Maria. Um yeah, what they have like 3 bad arms, but Grace is a good good pitcher, so it's interesting. Hmm.
Yeah,
I think
Esmeralda
it's
is
like a
playing
pretty decent.
catcher probably, though.
Yeah, probably Esmeralda catcher,
Mm-hmm.
Dimitri. I would put Dimitri first base just for the height. Um,
Lance is probably Lance and Grace are going to be doing the pitching.
yeah, Grace might have to play outfield just so that Lance can be pitcher and you don't have to deal with that bad arm.
Mm-hmm.
Grace would be a good defender of the left field wall, to be honest, or the left field gap. I mean,
Yeah, either Grace or Keisha.
yeah, that being big and 7 speed is also would also help a lot defending that. Maria probably like a either outfield or shortstop, but honestly, it might be good to put Maria at shortstop against that open in the left.
I do like, yeah, I
And
like
then
Maria at shortstop.
yeah, because you can put someone else at right field who just is slow and has an arm because it bounces off the wall a lot. So someone like let's see who would be there, like Francesca or like why not put Chad there and put Francesca at third base? Just have the speed on the left side, like and have a slow person in right field. Uh, then you can't really play it. I don't know.
I like Chad at third base.
Yeah, it's tough. Maybe maybe you do just put Francesca like you put Keisha left field, Grace center, Francesca right, Maria shortstop, Chad third, Dimitri first, Esmeralda catcher, and Artie second base, Lance pitching. That seems pretty good.
Yeah, I think that would work. It's just gonna come down to can they score enough runs? And it looks like they've struggled a little bit with scoring runs so far. I know Tara struggles with swinging at pitches outside the zone, which is everyone's strategy.
Yeah, she was, I believe, one of the strikeout leaders in the junior league last season. And this season is also striking out. What's that percent? Let's see. 31% of the time. Not as bad as pure chaos at 50% though. Pretty good speed overall though for her team, to be honest. This is a good Cement Gardens team if I had to say so.
Yeah, I like the draft for Cement Gardens. It's just gonna come down to how well can the execution be.
Yeah, yeah, definitely one of the weaker arms in the league as well. Like average, but has some strong ones to go around for sure.
And next up, we got Bok Choy at Super Colossal Dome. Got Susan Gore, Ahmed Khan, Debbie Nagasawa, Sean Green, Amir Khan, Kurt Schilling, Rose Fugel, Mary Riley, and Butch Sherrod. It's pretty clear what they're trying to do. Hit some home runs, and then everyone else has an arm.
Yeah, she's or but not she, but Susan Gore is Dinger City. I believe Susan, Ahmed, and Amir are all 3 home runs. Is it?
Yeah,
Um, Overall, the team is hitting a home run 15% of the time, which is just numbers, like great numbers. Um, really great contact to the power ratio is what I see is like having that elite contact to go along with your power can really help out in getting like good hits, but it does sacrifice a little bit of speed. This team is one of the slower teams in the league overall, which especially at Super Colossal Dome could maybe hurt them in the outfield. But they have good arms to back it up, but maybe not elite. Like, can you really like say that Sean Green, Ken Griffey, and Debbie are like an elite outfield? I would say they're like a B plus outfield. B plus B minus outfield. They're all 6 speeds, which is good. they all have 60 plus arms, and Susan has a 75. But they're not like super special.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I think Susan Gore is like ideal. His position is like third or shortstop.
I would say Ken Griffey can definitely play the outfield because of
Mm-hmm.
the 75 arm. I would say Sean Green is probably more of an infielder. Sean Green and Debbie are definitely more infielders.
Yeah,
Um, but I think Ken Griffey played the outfield in real baseball too.
and you got Mary Riley is probably gonna play catcher, Butch probably gonna might play third base. So then you got maybe have like or Sean or Debbie at shortstop, and then uh,
Ahmed
Ahmed
and
at
Amir.
first base.
Amir at second, probably.
Only thing is where you'd have Rose then.
Just third. Slow third baseman with an arm.
Then where do you put Butch? Catcher then.
Oh shit. Shit. Ooh. Honestly, he could go cat. Him or Mary are interchangeable.
So yeah, I guess yes, that's the thing is like where you place one has to play third, the other has to play
Short,
catcher.
is it? Oh. Oh, okay, yeah. You put Mary there and Butch Butch third, Mary catcher. Where are we trying to find a position? Or who needs a position?
I'd say Rose slash Amir is the big because who plays well, only one who
Who
plays
plays
second.
who plays yeah, one of them has to play second and one of them has to play shortstop. Is it?
I guess Rose plays shortstop because the arm.
Yeah, honestly, and just
Hopefully
you
that
have to
three
have them
speed.
slow.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna be slow. I mean, just the way it works out, you have one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, you have five fast people, and one of them has to be playing. Three of them are in the outfield. One of them's playing first base, and one of them is playing second base. Maybe Amir goes to shortstop, and the other one plays second base. Like a 40 arm at shortstop.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's it's tough with all this, with the speed and arms being so low.
Yeah. This team is definitely. I want to hit some home runs
Yeah.
and worry about everything else later.
All right, I'm gonna have to take a bathroom break for 1 second. You can go on to the next team, and I'll
Yeah,
meet
we only
you
got
in the
we only
middle.
got four, and it's getting a little bit late. So hopefully, we can wrap this up pretty quickly. Uh, so got Harb on the Pirates. You got Henri, Chipper, Mr. Clanky, Angelo Vecchio, Vicky Kawaguchi, Stephanie Morgan, Karen Donato, Brett Olson, and Judy Abwanza. Henri is really good. I like Chipper. Clanky is solid for catcher. But then you kind of have I did like yeah the Karen pick is really good, but then you got Brett. I guess Brett and Vicky. I don't really like having both of them because you're having two players that really can't do much on offense, and then you also have Judy who's not going to do much on offense. So a third of your team is literally going to do nothing on offense, and you're at Ekman that has a so yeah, Henri's really good and Chipper's really good, but you don't really got too much that's there. And 1-1, both games were um 0-1-0. One was a win, was a loss. So ultimately, it's gonna come down to how many runs his team can score, which probably comes down to uh how many home runs Henry and Angela are hitting. Um, let's see who's pitching. Probably Angela.
Why not just have Clanky pitch?
I think he can't pitch.
No.
Yeah, so Angela and looks like Stephanie have been doing the pitching. Um,
Really, Stephanie.
yeah, the one thing I don't like at all the same
And Brett pitch?
uh a little bit. The one thing I don't like about this team is that they're they are at Ekman and they have three players that are gonna do nothing for you offensively.
That's very true. I think especially the anyone it just since the that speed nerf at Ekman really kills people like Vicky, Stephanie, even Brett and Judy. I would say four that are almost gonna do nothing. Maybe Stephanie gets a hit every once in a while, but
Mm-hmm.
Vicky, Brett, and Judy are donezoed here.
Mm. Yeah, so this team is gonna come down to is how well can what is Henri gonna do?
Yeah, and if you can get runners on before him and try and get it, but I think he has to be your number three batter because that's the guy that is he's gonna get like at bat probably hopefully the most amount. Maybe probably not your first batter because you want to be able to have him. He's gonna have the most opportunities to hit guys in. I believe is the idea of your third batter or your fourth
Yeah.
batter.
Yeah, and I think
But
you have to have
in this, it's kind of third.
Henri into Angela.
Hmm. Yeah.
Or you have Angela into Henri, but that I think you have to have someone behind Henri.
Hmm. Yeah, because you want. I mean, you want to maybe go like Chipper, Clanky, Henry, Angela, Heron, but
Mm-hmm.
it's tough. It's tough because once maybe you do go like Chipper, Clanky, Angela, Henry, but it just doesn't make sense because then you can walk Henry, and you don't want that.
Yeah, I don't really like this team too much.
No, and it has too many weak arms for Ekman, to be honest.
It's a waste of Henri.
Yeah, it's a bit of an unfortunate thing, but I think it does have a bit of a chance, against some teams, and I think I do think if it wasn't Ekman Akers, it would be better. I agree with that. It's just this team has such low like a lot of things except for like I for some reason. Like I don't know. It's a very interesting team.
Yep, but
Like
got three more to go. We got the Florida Marlins and Grim Reaper playing at Sandy Flats. You got Derek Jeter, Sally Dobbs, Nomar, Mike Piazza, Holly Franklin, Trent, Jerry, Jody, and Reese Worthington. This is kind of not how I pictured a Sandy Flats team.
no, I would either envision it with a lot more power or a lot more speed.
And doesn't, I mean, the Derek Jeter and Nomar is really nice um, for the defense purposes. But
But it's Sandy Flats,
yeah,
so it doesn't matter. He just
yeah.
I mean, some people think what I feel like what's happening is like if we go back to Harb, he's like he's trying to beat other people by having a fast team and hoping that he can score on a team that is, or on a field that's slower, right? He's like, oh, this field's slower and bigger. Hopefully, I can score more because I am faster. But he's just beating himself because it's a longer field, and he doesn't have the arm strength or power to make up for it, other than Henry. Like for this team, it Sandy Flats is gonna nerf your ability to score and play defense, right? So it's gonna be like more difficult to score and play defense. So you decided to draft like a or have a defensive team for it,
Hmm.
and it's just not gonna work.
Yeah, so yeah, this team would be definitely better if it was at like parks or playground.
I feel like this would be like a good like even uh like Steel Stadium team.
Yeah, I think yeah I like that because you yeah Sally and Jerry and Piazza can all do pretty well at Steel. So yeah I think that yeah Steel Stadium would have been a good one for this team. Um, some decent players, just not a good fit for Sandy.
Yeah, I agree.
Next up, we got the Cubs and Sweet Swinger at Playground. Got Ken Griffey Jr., Barry Larkin, Maynard, Veronica Lee, Jim Colley, Donald Vogel, Aaron Harris, Chucky Flinder, and Andres Ibsen.
Okay, one thing to note about this team: second lowest average coordination, uh, but like second highest arm strength. So they do have a lot of arms, but a lot of bad coordination.
Who plays first base?
I don't know what's on second.
I don't know. Is on third.
um, uh, it's interesting. Who's got height? Anyone other than Ken and Barry? Ooh, man.
No.
Hey, just put just put anyone there. Just put anyone there and hope it works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough. I've played with uh with a two height at first base, and the ball just bonks off their heads.
Yeah. You got Barry and Veronica who play the
You need
outfield.
you kind of you don't really need Ken there, to be honest. You
Hmm.
don't need Ken in the outfield. Ken could play. Ken could be just like an elite first baseman for no reason. Like
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
like
I
Maynard,
guess.
especially at this field, Maynard can play center field.
Hmm.
Barry can play right. Veronica can play left. Um, and then you have enough infielders. Like you can throw Donald, Aaron, and Andres around. Jim's your catcher, and
Chalky
Chucky's
pitcher.
your pitcher.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. That.
I
Yeah.
think that actually works.
Yeah. That does work. That's kind of funny that Ken Griffey Jr. first base.
Yeah,
Yeah. There you go. And you have the
pretty
I guess the
average
other
hitting
thing is that
stats.
Griffey is the only power hitter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a lot of decent hitters though on the team, I would say.
Hmm.
But yeah,
More grounder line drive types.
yeah, for sure.
So um, don't let Griffey beat you. That'd be the one thing that I would people are probably gonna do.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
exactly.
other than that, it seems like it's a pretty solid team, and we'll see how well they can play with them. And last up, we got Mike Madness and the Mets at Colossal Dome. Got
What a
Lubel,
team.
Kenny Lofton, the Webbers, Wendy the Pudge clone, Horace Young, Nancy Chin, Melissa Waters, and Linda Potter. This is a pretty
Okay,
solid team, I think.
so this is one of those teams that average looks good, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after I walk Emily Lubel, what are you gonna do against me?
Line drive.
Okay, cool. I got a defense.
I'm just gonna line drive with everyone and just single you to death.
Yeah, but eventually it just doesn't work. I mean, I just think it's lacking in elite areas. It's just such an average team. Kenny's uh Kenny's good um at speed, but no one else is there's no other seven speeds. It's all sixes. So you have one, two, three, four, five, sixes, two fives, a three, and an eight. No sevens. Then your arms, they're all pretty good, and you only have bad arms with Melissa and Horace, which Melissa's just Jason Giambi, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which whatever. And Nancy's probably pitching, so like her having a bad arm doesn't matter. So Horace plays shortstop, Melissa's at second, Linda's at third, uh, Emily's outfield, Kenny's outfield. One of the twins are at first, and one of them's wherever else. And that's your team. I mean, decent, decent. It's just it takes a lot. I feel like this would take a lot of like luck to win with, which kind of sounds wrong, but like you need like consistent hitting. You need consistent good hits, and consistent good hits are hard to get, especially with like I mean, it is good contact, decent contact team, but just not like enough power. And I think some of the power they have might just get to the fielders,
Mm-hmm.
like especially all the 75s and 80s. I feel like they always go right to the fielders.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be might be a little bit different
A little
now
bit better.
because you
Yeah.
can hit
Um.
anywhere
Yeah.
now. So I think that would be the interesting thing to see what happens. Is yeah, they're gonna have to get a lot of base hits and chain them together. Um,
Yeah. Can a line drive team do good?
mhm. I guess
Sorry.
that would be
Yeah.
a good thing to pay attention to this team as far as from a roster building standpoint.
Yeah. That's why I was thinking like I feel like someone who was it that just copied Loba? Whoever drafted Kathy Wolf and someone else and Shane Smith basically like copied Loba, I swear.
I mean, that's not a bad strategy.
Not bad.
Yeah, but that's all the teams. So thanks everyone for I know it was a little bit last notice and a little bit late, but yeah, thanks everyone for watching. And thanks BBOL for hopping on and doing this.
Alrighty. It was
Yeah,
fun.
so this was the last of the preview. So hopefully we'll have some updates as far as the season goes on, and a lot more to talk about as far as the season 5 of online, uh, season 12 of RBL is in the playoffs. Yeah, a lot of stuff. The possible football league coming up. So
I hope we can get more match of the weeks going.
yeah, we definitely need to do that. So a lot of stuff that coming up, and also possibly might be having a mini tournament with all this hype about backyard baseball to get some more new people involved. So that is something else to look forward to. But it is late. I gotta go to bed. Thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you guys around.
GG's.